Great. Hi, my name is Jenna. I'm the Development Director of Porvenir. I've been involved with Porvenir for a little over 9 years now, and I started down in Nicaragua. We have work trips that go down there, and I used to lead those trips, which was just a wonderful experience. I'm so excited to be out here on your island to say thank you for all the projects that you've helped us do. I was looking through them this morning, and in terms of completed projects since 2007, you've helped 897 people have access to clean water and dignified sanitation. In particular, I'd like to tell you about a woman named Ana Rosa Delgadillo who lives in the community of El Pavon out in rural Nicaragua. She is a woman who has 5 children, 4 grandchildren. Her children are older, most of them are in their 30s and 20s. One is still young, but 4 grandchildren. She lives in a mud house with a zinc roof and raises chickens and pigs. On a good day, her family earns about $3 a day, but 80% of Nicaraguans live on less than $2 a day, and their income varies within there. Right now they're working on expanding their home. They're adding a mud addition onto their house for a bigger kitchen. Until recently, they didn't have clean water to drink. They started out walking 2 kilometers to a place where a lot of people went. They would get up at 4 a.m. and walk down there and still have to wait 3 hours sometimes to fill their bucket with water and to wash their clothing. It was hard on them. It took way too long. It meant that it was hard for their kids to get bathed, to go to school. It meant that they couldn't do other things in their home. They couldn't be home to cook and take care of anything. And then they decided that it was just too long to wait, so even though it was a farther walk, 4 kilometers away, they started going to another community 4 kilometers away. There it was easier to get water, but the walk was much harder. There was a very steep part where they would have to make a human chain and hold on to each other so that nobody would slip and each person would have to help each other down. They would get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to be ready to leave by 1:30 a.m. and take their big bags of clothes to do all their laundry there. The men came with them because there were animals that could attack them along the walk. And then they would even bring food with them because they were there for so long that they had to bring food to eat, because they'd be there for 8-9 hours, and then they would walk back with their heavy bags of wet clothing. And during that time, they didn't have sanitation facilities either, no latrines, and there was a cholera outbreak in their village. There were 100 people got sick, 6 people died, and they decided that they'd had enough, and they started digging their own well. It was very hard to get through the rock. They tried explosives, they dug with bars, they tried all kinds of things. They got about 10 meters down and they just couldn't get farther, and they realized they needed help, and they reached out to El Porvenir. And now Ana Rosa talks about feeling like a queen because she feels dignity again. No longer is she going to the bathroom late at night squatting behind bushes so that she gets some semblance of privacy. She just walks out her back door and there's a latrine right out back. No longer is she walking a long distance for water. There's a well 40 meters outside of her house. She was a part of that organization of the community. She's been involved in the Water and Sanitation Committee. She helped with the organization of bringing the materials in. She helps with collecting a monthly user fee to have a maintenance fund to maintain that project. And she talks about how they're all healthier now and they don't waste money on medicines, and just how happy their community is. And I just want to read a little bit from her words, because I think it's so nice when the Nicaraguans can speak for themselves. So what she says in her own words is, El Porvenir came to nurture my hopes because it granted one of the most anticipated dreams that my family and I had, which was to have safe and accessible water, a private bath, and where to wash our clothes, and a place to defecate with dignity. I will not let this project fall apart. I will continue to organize the community, doing actions that will allow us to maintain the project through collecting monthly quotas that will give a fund to sustain the project itself. I want you to know that we are dedicated and promise to keep this project running. We will not let it fail. I want to tell you that we are very grateful for your kindness and collaboration because we needed this project, and we also want you to know that your work has not been in vain. When you help people with water and sanitation, you improve their health. When you improve their health, you open up the whole world of educational opportunities, and with all of those pieces in place, you open up economic opportunities, and we see people's income improve. We've seen families go from earning $2 a day to $6 a day and tripling their income. And even though $6 a day still doesn't sound like a lot, tripling your income is huge in Nicaragua, and we just can't thank you enough for making that possible for the 897 people that have already been impacted by your kindness. Thank you.